Hello guys and welcome back to Arcanum, where I clearly am not in Caladon. You may remember this screen actually. You may remember this. This is back in Toronto. I don't think I can show a map of any kind here, but this is basically underneath the City Hall, because this is where the Hall of Records is, and I actually went down here, just, exploring, I think. Because, main story quests needs me to know, needs me to find that Terwilliger guy, something a Terwilliger, and people kept, people in game kept telling to check out the Hall of Records, so I actually figured I should, because, I don't know, it seems like it's just gonna jump off and point me somewhere else, and I don't know. I just have a feeling that might be Caladon, considering it's basically jumped us to every other major city at this point. And I think Caladon's the only one I've not really been to, so I'm expecting the main storyline to go there. Considering it's all moving kind of from the east to west, kind of. So it's just a gut feeling. So it may be like, hey, go to Ashbury, then I'm not going to do that. But yeah. Besides, I was kind of curious, so... oh, yeah, right, until I had a point left. And I was about to level up as well. Well, I think I should maybe go for willpower. Yeah. Hit points, fatigue, spell resistance, can't go wrong with that. It's only a little bit, that's a point, but, but then I'll be able to get major healing at some point, I guess. Because, I mean, that's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. But major healing and hold poison would be helpful, I'd say. Plus, a bit more health and fatigue can't hurt, so... yeah, I guess that's okay. Right, so let's talk to her. May I ask more questions, referring back to when I first came here? Are you able to help me locate an individual? Renford A. Terwilliger. There's no individual. I was told that he could be found in Toronto. Yeah, maybe we should. So, yeah, I actually, tried this, and I think it was 100, no, 50 to 100. Right. The other ones are basically just, oh no, there doesn't seem to be anyone in this period. You want to check another time, so it's just, giving you a couple of free guesses, so, no real downside to getting it wrong. Renford A. Terwilliger, human born unknown. Died 1804. Obituary? Yeah, please. Author of Senang, Horror Among the Dark Elves. Mysterious circumstances, eh? Okay, so can I ask you some other questions? No, I guess not. Let's see what it says now. Obtain a copy of Horror Among the Dark Elves by Renford A. Terwilliger. Well, while looking for this Hall of Records, I noticed one other building near here, so that is going to help me out. I'll get hold poison first. Yeah. Oh god, how did that work? Hold poison. No, did not work like that. God, that's awkward. Come on, go there. Now I'm trying to move though using WASD. Now that's clearly not gonna work. Well, at least I can also get rid of poison now. Virgil's out of juice. So this building, the court library. The rest are just these general university courts with some really strange people in them. Same with this one. But, you know, library's right here, so I'm guessing that's going to be helpful. This I didn't actually try or anything. Game. Okay. It needs to stop doing the freezing thing. That's not cool. Also, I just put on this fancy dress or whatever. Sunday's best. To get a more positive reaction, should that be necessary. I think I should just really do that if I'm in a town, which is generally friendly. No, I don't really want to be a member. Do you have Tsenang, Horror Amongst the Dark Elves? Oh, great. Membership. Okay. Can I just maybe get you to give me No, I guess I do have to get a membership. Doesn't seem like I can even attempt to persuade him or her. Well, how much is it? 1,500. Well, fine. Well, do you have a copy of this? Well, do you have it? Renford A. Terwilliger. What book would that be then? Well, it's related at least. Yeah. Sounds interesting. May I check it out? Thank you. No, that'll be fine. Right, so Curse of Tsenang. How many pages? This a fair number. Fair number. All right. Oh, it immediately mentions Renford A. Terwilliger. Did not see that coming. The Curse of Tsenang by Kendrick Wales. In the following pages, I, Kendrick Wales, will attempt to explain, in the plainest words possible, the mystery surrounding Renford A. Terwilliger and his controversial work known as Horror Amongst the Dark Elves. Many of the stories I will present to you are both strange and frightening, but I give you my word as an author and a scholar that they are the truth. Decide yourself, after the facts are presented, whether or not you dare to believe in them. Renford A. Terwilliger was born in 1750. His fabled trip to the Glimmering Forest was made in 1768, his 18th year. He was indeed, as per his book, accompanied by an elven tracker named Joran Benal. Records housed within the Terentian Zoological Society validate this fact. Mr. Benal was never heard from nor seen again after the expedition. As for Mr. Terwilliger's account of his adventures in the elven city of Kantara, or his supposed discovery of the mythical Tsenang, no one can be sure. Most scholars and collectors of literature assume that Mr. Terwilliger's book is a work of fiction, and as such fantastical literature was all the rage at the time. I might be inclined to agree. Yet one must only look upon the events following the publication of Horror Among the Dark Elves to see that he very well may have found something deep within the glimmering that was never ever meant to be found. There were very few copies of the book ever published. Records concerning the initial print run are scarce, but it is believed that no more than 100 were ever released to the public. 4 days after the book was shipped to Terentian bookstores, the factory that printed it was burned to the ground. The owner, a Mr. Jeremiah Gomez, I'm guessing, was found in his home, brutally murdered by an unknown assailant. The 4 bookstores that had purchased the volume for sale in Toronto suffered the same fate. Only 15 copies of the book were sold before the final store was destroyed. Those 15 copies became an immediate collector's item. Enormous sums of money were paid for the remaining volumes. After a few months, the books had fallen into various respected collections across Arcanum. Each and every one of the owners of the books began to complain of the strange happenings once the book was in their possession. All of them told of frightening noises and visions, shadowy figures following them wherever they went, unexplained illnesses and untimely deaths. Many attributed this to paranoia, a tried brand of sensationalism to create an even greater demand for the book. Unfortunately, their fears were all too justified. All of them were dead within 5 years of the initial publication. Their volumes either stolen, burned, or disfigured beyond recognition. Indeed, they had suffered what came to be known as the curse of Tsanang. Mr. Terwilliger, strangely enough, lived a relatively long life, cursed in his own way to witness the evil fruits of his labors. He saw himself as the cause of these horrors and wrote extensively of it within his memoirs. The following is an excerpt from them, only days before he died in his sleep, or was murdered in his sleep. I will never forgive myself for what I have unleashed upon the world. Had I the courage, I would travel again to the glimmering and unleash holy vengeance upon those evil creatures that have plagued our fair land and its peoples. Alas, I no longer have the strength nor the power, and now there is only my own end that I pray for every day. Until just a few short months ago, it was thought that there were no remaining copies of Horror Among the Dark Elves. After an exhaustive investigation, I have found that this is not at all the case. The last known copy of the book, owned by the famed book collector Mr. Philip Misk, was thought to have perished with its owner in a fire almost 50 years ago. Now, with new evidence presented by a reliable source, I have discovered that Mr. Misk's son, Victor Misk of Caladon, still has the copy in his possession and is hiding it for fear that the curse will again visit his family. I pray that the evil let loose in the glimmering has finally been put to rest, and I pray Mr. Misk and his family avoid the fate that has befallen every other soul who has challenged the curse of Tsanang. Well, that is just great. There's two great quests in Caladon now. That's cool. That's perfect, actually. I'm just gonna run over to the weapon shop. Just because I thought some people needed some good weapons, and well, it would be silly of me to not check it out, right? Well, it certainly sounds very interesting. I mean, that was a good read. That was actually really fun to read. It's well written. And not completely blagging. That's also definitely a plus. Did I have anything that needed to be repaired? Maybe my... Oh well, drop the maximum by 1. Trade. He never really has anything. He just has normal stuff, which isn't good enough anymore. Not for a while, actually. So will he buy that? Yes, he will. He will buy the studded leather I found. And there's 2 robes I kind of need to get rid of. I also have a bajillion potions. Jesus. Didn't realize I had that many. I knew I had some, but man. Maybe I should just believe my characters will use them. I think. They actually... Guess I still had some stuff to sell. Typical. Totally did not remember. Well, I guess I'll trade you some of those. What's he doing with them? Is he just throwing them to the ground, or... Sog, what the hell? What the... Oh wait, am I drinking them? Well no, they were going into Virgil's inventory just fine. Huh? Well, I may just have done something crazy with with a lot of potions. Damn, that would have been a waste. I can't fit that. That's a bummer. No, I could fit that. I can fit that. There we go. I'd have some more stuff to sell. No, he doesn't buy magical items. Nice, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, he didn't want a geode. Guess that's okay. At least we kind of made back the well, the money we just paid for the silly membership, which I'm pretty sure, never gonna use again. It's just if you want to further the main storyline, you have to cough up 1500. Well, great, thanks. Yeah, what I will do though before I set off again is actually go visit the gypsy, because it's always worthwhile. Or well, it may be. At least I have a couple of items I need to sell. And she occasionally just has these great items, and with me having 13k, I might be able to buy them. I mean, I'd sure love some of that arcane armor I saw before. That was just amazing. Or, you know, a good weapon will do for Gar, I think, is a poor one. Or hell, Virgil, for that matter. He really is kind of useless with a staff. I really don't know why people insist on him having one. I really just don't see it. Identify something. How about this robe? Which is just that, and a mystic robe. Oh, it gives a lot of resistances. All resistance plus 35. That is pretty damn good. Virgil, I'm gonna give you this robe, and yeah, no shit, he trades that in. Right, let's trade indeed. Oh, she has magic robes, which are a bit... They're basically the worst. They're the same as the robes we just got, but worse, lower level. Bonus to pickpocket is not gonna help me. Oh yeah, she didn't buy that, that's right. I'll sell you that. She will not buy Elven or... Huh. Okay. Did not expect that. That mage staff. Illuminate way armor shield. Uses 20 is then the shitty part of that. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put that back on. He does suddenly looks like a healer again. Instead of a, oh, hello. There are some more things sigh, of course I forgot. I thought I checked every character, but, evidently I forgot one. Well, too bad, I guess. I can't be bothered to do that now. Well, definitely not dumping stuff on him. Oh, he's actually preferring that. Okay. Well, the dread armor is pretty darn good, so... does anybody need that helm? Maybe I should just give the the helm to Chugga.